Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi tell Mitch McConnell they are ready to sit down and start stimulus talks. Hello and welcome to today's November 17th second stimulus check update and second stimulus package. Today I want to cover new developments in the stimulus relief negotiations. I also want to share what different economists and analysts are saying in regards to the possibility and the stimulus relief that is necessary. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. Hi, everybody. It's good to be with you again. So an analyst for investment firm Raymond James said with Nancy Pelosi raising her asking price to $3.4 trillion, we are now trillions of dollars apart when it comes to stimulus. He said, we're not hundreds of millions of dollars apart. We're not billions of dollars apart. We're arguably trillions of dollars apart. To get additional relief, we really need to see a forcing mechanism. So he said something needs to come in and put pressure on these people to get over this $1 trillion, whether it's Nancy Pelosi coming down or Republicans coming up. Now, that was Ed Mills from Raymond James pointing out how the two parties are drifting apart when it comes to a stimulus package price tag instead of coming together for the American people. Now, Ed Mills warned that with the two new vaccines being announced, there is a real chance that there could be no stimulus package. Mills said the improvement in the labor market, the improvement in the economy, the improvement in the vaccine development all take pressure off Congress from delivering. Now, I completely disagree with Mills. I understand the message that he's trying to convey, but I think that he is wrong. I think that we are in a K-shaped recovery, and there is a part of the economy that is doing well and has upward trajectory, but there's also a large part of the economy that is still heading downhill, that still needs relief. A vaccine does not put money in your bank account. So I think Mr. Mills, although he is an intelligent analyst, is wrong. Now, Elise Gold, who is a senior economist at the Economic Policy Institute, said that the answer about stimulus is obvious. It's not a question of what should we do. It's a question of do it. Just get it done. So Elise Gold also disagrees with analyst Ed Mills about the need and the chance of getting more stimulus done. Okay, now yesterday, Joe Biden in a press conference said at this point, he is just going to back the HEROES Act that has stimulus checks and retroactive unemployment. It is not believed that retroactive will go back to May or even to July when stimulus negotiations broke down, but it is believed that if the HEROES Act passes, there will be some form of retroactive unemployment pay for those that still find themselves unemployed at this point. Now, Howard Gleckman, he is the senior fellow at the Urban Brooking Tax Policy Center. He said he thinks Mitch McConnell will want to do a stimulus deal as it could help Republicans win the Senate runoff race for the senators that will be happening in the state of Georgia in January. The senators coming out of Georgia will determine who controls the Senate majority for the next few years. Mr. Howard said, if McConnell thinks I can win these two runoffs in Georgia by getting a stimulus bill, he'll do it. And if he thinks he can win those two runoffs in Georgia by not getting a stimulus bill, he'll do it. So he is saying that Mitch McConnell, in his opinion, will be making his decision not based on the needs of the American people, but based on the needs of the Republicans maintaining control of the Senate. I don't know whether I agree or disagree with that, but I'm just letting you know what is being said by top thinkers around the country. Now, Chuck Schumer of New York said that he and Nancy Pelosi are ready to start negotiations with Mitch McConnell. He said, if Leader McConnell and our Republican colleagues want to sit down and negotiate a bipartisan solution with a bipartisan process, Democrats are ready and willing and able to do so. So I hope that Chuck Schumer is being genuine, and that when they say bipartisan solution and bipartisan process, what he's not really saying is get into a room so that we can try to push our package over your package. So far, that's what's been happening, and that's why there's gridlock. Both parties have dug in on what they think is the right move instead of coming together on what is the best move, right? This is why I was such a big fan of the problem solvers proposal that was put together by both Democrats and Republicans. Okay, now Pelosi and McConnell have both said that they want a deal before the year is over. However, and I think you'll agree with me, there's been a lot of talk and very little action from either side. What needs to happen is these guys need to sit in a room for several hours and hammer this out. No more 50-minute phone calls every couple of days. Get together, put on your masks and your big boy pants, and get the negotiations done. Anyway, I try not to slip my opinion in, but that's my opinion. Just sit down and get this thing done. It's nuts. All right. Now, Republican Senator Rob Portman said Congress needs to pass a stimulus bill and prepare to deliver vaccines to those that want it. He is not for the large Pelosi package, but has said that a stimulus bill is absolutely necessary. Now, just today, Senator Portman revealed that he was one of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine guinea pigs so that the vaccine process could continue. The Senate has now been back for one day, and the House started back today. So we should see meetings starting to line up as soon as tomorrow or the next day between the leaders so that the stimulus negotiations can continue. Now, this is my stimulus update for today. As I know more, I will share more. In political news, regarding Nancy Pelosi's bid to remain Speaker of the House, former White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney said it's his opinion that he believes Nancy Pelosi will retain her seat as Speaker of the House. However, he predicts, based on her leadership style and the things she is pushing for, it will lead to more lost seats to Republicans in the 2022 elections. There are still a dozen House seat elections that are pending. So as of right now, there are still Republican and Democrat seats that are up for grabs in the House of Representatives. However, Republicans have picked up about a dozen seats that were expected to flip. And so the pollsters absolutely got that part wrong, stating that Democrats would pick up about 15 seats when in fact, as of right now, they have lost about 12 seats. Now, as of yesterday, the Senate and the House of Representatives are back in Washington to go to work for the American people. Tonight, the House will vote for who will be the majority and the minority representative. Democrats will be voting virtually and Republicans will be voting in person. Over the weekend, new representatives who have already won their election bid were flown into Washington, D.C. for orientation and dinner. However, both Democrats and Republicans canceled their dinners out of an abundance of caution. Right now, there is worry that if Biden pulls out Democrats from House cabinet positions, that Democrats could lose or lessen their majority in the House of Representatives. So many Democrats are saying, if you're going to pick a cabinet, don't do it from the House because you will actually weaken the House. Now, today, the Senate Judicial Committee is questioning Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and Jack Dorsey of Twitter over their censorship of posts and tweets surrounding this year's presidential election. Many feel that they are not censoring enough, while others want them to stop censoring altogether, as it interrupts our freedom of speech. More will come forward as this develops over the next few days. Sadly, many states are going into lockdown and canceling Thanksgiving. I know that some welcome this and others are pushing back on more strict lockdowns. Now, later this week, I'll be doing a sponsored video with some of the proceeds going to another giveaway to help people in our community with money before Thanksgiving, and hopefully, again, if I can line up another sponsor right before Christmas time. So you'll see that. I appreciate your patience as I do that. That's how I raise money to be able to help those that are struggling most in the community. Now, I do wish I had a magic wand to make this all better for everybody, but I will continue to research and bring you updates on new developments and where we're at regarding stimulus and other smart money tips. Please keep your head up the best that you can. I know that many are struggling right now, and others are being forced into strict lockdowns right before a major holiday. I wish to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community. Before I sign off, I just want to say hello. I see your stuff coming through. I appreciate the support of this channel. I hope you guys appreciate the time that I put into researching. It is hours and hours, but I hope it will save you time by doing these short videos. Yes, I know it's sad about Thanksgiving. Keep your head up the best that you can. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.